Welcome to Cut the COVID Crap Part 13. I got some data that I cannot explain otherwise than saying the things that I'm not supposed to say, that we're not supposed to say. I'm gonna try to guide you through it, um, and please let me know if I see it wrong, um, and because I'm really at a loss to explain it otherwise. I referred before to the Euro Momo site, where it's to me clear that when vaccinations were introduced in mostly Western Europe, the excess death rates went down. Um, the reference is below. I referred to it in previous videos already. That seems clear to me. Ever since February, March 2021, the death rate is excess, yeah, a little bit of excess mortality, but I believe it's the vaccinations that did it. But in order to find out, um, you get vaccinations that's supposed to save lives, but there's adverse side effects from vaccination that cost life, and hopefully the life saving is more than the lives that it costs. Now, this is always mixed, of course. Like if you have COVID running through and you have vaccinations running through, then you have the all-cause mortality. What is it caused by? It's not 100% sure which one it is. It's which, and like you've had a vaccination and a week later you got COVID, and a week later you die. Is that the COVID death, or is it a vaccination adverse effect? You can argue about that till you weigh an ounce. The best country to look at, as far as I know, is Australia. Australia has had very few COVID cases compared to the average in the Western world, like not even a tenth of most Western European countries. Same for the deaths. So the COVID impact in Australia is has been very little, up at least up until well, still today, but even up till June 21, there was hardly anything. So, but the Australian government, in the course of 2021, has been pushing vaccinations, and it has a significant high vaccination rate. It starts to be more than most Western European countries. So low COVID cases, high number of vaccination rates. So what do we have here? Uh, no COVID deaths, or hardly any COVID deaths, like nothing significant compared to the normal deaths year to year. But you have the vaccination uh, impact. Now, I try to look at different sites to see the official data. And what I found is population.gov.au. So that's a government published population statistics site. Link is below, population.gov.au. Look at it yourself. I'm not going to show you. You have to do a little bit of work if you want to if you want to verify this. And I really encourage you to verify it, because like I cannot explain it otherwise. Anyway, go to that site, scroll a little bit down, and then you see Provisional Mortality Statistics June 2021. Click on that one, and then you see the first graph that you see. You see the weekly deaths, and it's comparable to the Euromomo site. So you see the 2015 to 2019 range, and then it's compared with 2020 and 2021 results up till June 2021. So what do you see there? The normal seasonal flow. Um, in 2020, the beginning of the graph, you see the spike in the COVID cases, but you got to realize the COVID cases, even then, even though it's a spike, it's a very low number, because these are COVID infections and not deaths. Like look at any other data, the COVID impact is it has been there, especially in Victoria. But anyway, impact is low. But you see there, the 2020 deaths are low, are one of the lowest of the last 5 years. So yeah, 2020, no excess mortality at all. If anything, it's a mortality deficit. But continue to 2021, and then you see um, it's actually turned into excess mortality. Um, Strange, right? I mean, no COVID cases, basically no COVID cases to speak of since October 2020 until June 21. Only in around July 2021, there's been more COVID cases in New South Wales and in Victoria. But like in that period, there's no COVID to speak of. But in 2021, you see excess mortality. I mean, it's what is it? Definitely higher than the last 5 years. And so on, let's say roughly an average of 2,500, the black line that you see there is like 250 higher. So 10% more deaths from 2,500 to 2,750 or something. And whereas in 2020, it was lower. When did the vaccinations come out? 2021. They increased throughout the whole year. Do we see here the impact of side effects of vaccinations? I hope not, but I mean, is there any other explanation? The only thing I can think of, if you scroll down, you see age standardized death rates. So if the population gets older on average, then uh, the death rates are are higher for higher ages, of course. So that's it's worth looking at that graph as well. But also in this graph, I mean, you see that the 2015 to 19 average and the range. Both 2020 and 2021 is under that, but also here you see in 2020 it's way under the 2015 to 2019 average, and in 2021 it's still under but much closer. Take a look for yourself. Like I hope I'm wrong. I mean, I'm hoping that the narrative that we hear is based on is true, and it's based on the right data. But like, if I look at these data, and these are official government data, and it's not. I mean, these are all cause mortalities. It's hard to fiddle with these statistics, I think. Why is it that in 2021, when there's no COVID to speak of in Australia, there are more deaths than normal, and there's excess mortality in 2021, and there's mortality deficit in 2020? I mean, you have a small influence, maybe, like if you have it, like maybe because of lockdowns, there was. I mean, this is winter when there was fewer deaths. Um, Maybe because of lockdowns, there's no flu epidemic to speak of. And if you see first mortality deficit, then at some point later on, the people that are weak but didn't get the flu, it is compensated later on. They'll die of other causes, old age. But yeah, I mean that's a small impact. But like like if you look from January to June 2021, it's all the way excess mortality. I mean, it's more than what would compensate for the mortality deficit in 2020. It seems to me. If you can find an answer, let me know, because like I'm at a loss to explain this to anything else than the vaccination impact. But I cannot say that, of course. Have a look for yourself. Good luck.